Welcome to Matt Bayeski YouTube channel. I'm hoping you're not going to hear the background noise, which is basically a crane dumping yet again tons more concrete on Mother Earth so she can't breathe. But hey ho, that's okay. It's just one of those things. If you hear lots of noise in the background, it's either that or no videos at all. So good afternoon and welcome. In my hand here is a now freshly brewed Parasite Cleanse tea, which basically isn't tea. I actually sell this as a protocol. So people do call it tea, but I call it medicine. So I want to say cheers. I can't remember how many days I'm on now, but cheers. Beautiful. When I first started drinking it, it was like a little bit challenging, like oof, and now it's absolutely beautiful. My body is actually craving for it. And all you need to do is look at my face. I was craving for it. If you watched it in my first video, it's like, whoa, this is some stuff. But now it's like, yeah, my body's saying, give it me. So, well, let's talk about my Parasite Cleanse. Here it is. We do two types on markbayeski.com. I'm going to share all the information of how I make it, where I get it from in the area. I'm going to share with you the name of what I mix within the herbs, and tell you how I put pure energy healing into it as well. And if you decide to do it yourself, that's beautiful. If you decide to go to a herbalist and ask them for the protocol, I'm sure they can find it for you, and then you can do your own mix. So how it started with me was I wanted to cleanse my body because on a full moon I was struggling all the time, and most of you already know that I normally go into solitude on a full moon. Now I'm absolutely fine. I can do anything on a full moon. It doesn't affect me whatsoever. So there is something in that. If I was still going crazy and still feeling terrible in energy wise, then there's something, this isn't working, obviously. So there's the expression La Luna, and which if you put lunatic, there is something in lunatic. What does it mean? It means that when the full moon is out, many people go a little bit crazy, angry, sad, feel sick, intoxicated in so many ways, but not drinking. They just feel weird and strange. Sometimes their body is like zapped. It's just there's no energy left in them. And there's a reason for that, and it's not just because of the moon's energy, but however, I do suggest, in my humble opinion, that moon plays a big role in more than just the cycle of parasites within the body, the stomach, the everywhere, in right down into the testicle, right into the eyes, into the brain, all over. They're in all body parts. So the moon's energy, on a full moon, your parasites which are inside you basically reproduce. So the eggs hatch on a full moon. I have no idea whether this is true, but they say the cycle of one parasite can, of its lifetime, can create 100,000 eggs. We have thousands of parasites within us. Nothing really is talked about and shared about this amongst the mainstream medical industry. It is on the CDC website. There's pages of it. There's 50 pages plus of the fact that the major majority of humanity is riddled with parasites, and most of our illnesses and diseases, all of them, whatever you think you've got, if you can clear the parasites from you, 9 times out of 10, the illness is what you've got will slowly deteriorate and disappear. So if you just look generally, on a general note, on a full moon when you're feeling dreadful, if the parasites are creating newborn parasites, there's going to be some kind of chemical reaction inside your body. There's so much going on, which is an infiltration, and you are the host of parasites. And this is an interesting fact, that police and nurses say that on a full moon there's a lot more work to do, and there's a lot more issues that happen. Police especially say that by between 15 and 20% of more crimes take place, and nurses say it's more challenging at that time. Now this has been going on for forever, so there is something in this. Again, mainstream will never tell you this, because if you can heal, if you can clear yourself from parasites, then you can clear yourself from probably nearly all diseases. So it's an interesting topic. And just on a side note, when I started taking parasite tea, because I used to take parasite tablets and they didn't work, and there's a lot of stuff on the market that is supposedly parasite cleanse, which isn't. Now, one of the major cleansers of parasites for animals is ivermectin, and you can get a human version of that. So, you know, that's for animals version and a human version. I don't actually know what the difference is, and I don't think there will be that much other than price. So I'll give you a great example, and I could be completely wrong, but I used to go to the vets, and my dogs there was something wrong with them, and they'd say, oh, I've run out of the tablets. But if you go across the road to the chemist, just ask for this and it's the same product. And then I'd go, really? They go, yeah. And say, so that for humans the same? Oh yeah. So and the only difference is the price. So sometimes I used to go across the road to the vets and pick up what I needed if it was cheaper than the pharmaceutical industry, which is called a chemist or a pharmacist. So when we look at parasites and we realize what they do to the body, they invade the body, and they basically want to live inside your body for the rest of your life. And for them to live in that body, they need to feed, and to feed they need probably the most toxic things that you can give them. Some of the things that they like to eat is sugar. They love sugar, so any refined sugar, they love that. They love any sweet chocolates or any foods which are non-foods, like processed garbage. And a lot of the times we don't realize that we are addicted to certain things due to the fact that we are riddled with parasites. So it's not really an addiction. It's basically the parasites are telling you that you need to eat because they want to eat. So they infiltrate your brain, and they go to certain parts of your brain where they know exactly where to go, and they can manipulate you to do what they want. So in truth, most of us are controlled by parasites, so we're just hosts for parasites. You would want to know how parasites enter into the body. There is every way possible. I've been mocked and ridiculed over these years. 20 years of being mocked and ridiculed. And one of the things I used to say is that, why is it that when little old ladies, right, or ladies, when they had 10 or 20 or 50 cats, why is it that they all went a bit crazy? They were all a bit doolally. Why is that? There was always one lady on the street with tons of cats, and she was a bit like really out of this place, not really herself, just like almost taken over by something. That's because she's been filled with parasites from cats. So whether the cats kiss you, lick you, or whether you touch their urine, that's another thing. If you put your feet on the floor and the cats weed there, the parasites can come through the soles of your feet and into your body, and then go straight into a part of your brain and send you a little bit crazy. Yeah, it's so interesting how parasites can get, you know, like I used to one time say it was really, I mean, Don Tolman says this, Don Tolman suggests that if we eat meat, that is the major cause of parasites. I agree, but and people used to say to me, yeah, Mark, that's not true, because if you cook your meat, you kill the parasites. I've seen study after study that suggests that meat that's been basically set on fire with a blowtorch for half an hour till it's gone to crisp, and they've crunched it all up and still found live parasites in there. So again, these are all people who just say things and don't really study, are very lazy, and just look at mainstream television as if it's their science and they know what they're talking about, which they don't. When you study this and realize that water holds parasites, okay, so you're going to have parasites in you. Now, how many different parasites are there? I don't even think they know. I think they haven't even touched or scratched the surface of parasites, and they don't know how. I think they know a lot, but they keep it quiet. But I still think through your food, which is fruit and vegetables, fish, everything that you eat, there's always going to be parasites in you, and thus I created this parasite cleanse. So I started doing my research a while ago, and I started to intake different herbs. And one of the herbs that I wanted to intake was called false yellowhead flower. I haven't been able to get that. It's a challenge to get hold of, but if you can, that is the one herb that kills parasites in a way of parasites suiciding themselves. When you drink this parasite tea, basically what this medicine does is it kills the parasites. So as soon as it comes in contact with them in your blood and through the water and all over your body and your brain, if you're drinking plenty of water, drinking plenty of tea, keep drinking it, it'll flood the body, it'll go all over the body, and it'll kill the parasites. Now, will it kill all of them? I don't think it will. But what I think it does, it keeps them down to a limit. So it's a culling of parasites. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be wonderful if we could cull the parasites in this world who are ruling it? Yeah. So I started looking for that. I couldn't get hold of it. I would definitely highly recommend you go and try and hunt some down and drink some of that. Please let me know what happens, and please ask for professional advice when it comes to drinking it. Secondly, for me, I wanted to start with mugwort. So for some reason, I really felt that I wanted sage in there too. I wanted to do two things. I know sage is amazing for cleansing your body. You know that. It's fantastic for clearing the negativity around your body. But I wanted to drink the sage too. And I used to drink the sage many years ago. And I found that it was a very beautiful, detoxifying, purifying, wonderful. It just felt great. So I knew that if I mixed these two together, it would be a great combination. So that was my first tea. I then sent it out to so many people, friends. I said, please try it. I wanted to try it before I even started with general public. Sent it out there. I was getting feedback which was so positive that I was so excited to share it with the public. So this came out a while ago. We've sold literally thousands of these bags, and we have email after email, week after week, day after day, telling us that it's helped them tremendously in so many ways. Now this, when you clear your parasites, you clear any disease from your body. So all the diseases that you've been put into a box and labeled, I am this, I am that, seems to have disappeared, and then gradually, you get better and better. And this is what's happening. Also, on another note, spiritually speaking, you're more aware, you feel more connected to yourself, because the parasites are not there controlling and toxifying your body all the time. If a parasite eats, it's got to clear the crap out of it, right? So whatever it pumps out, it's dirt, it's poo, it's going to affect you. So the more you kill, the less toxic will be in your body. So this went really well. Anyway, then I started researching, as I do week to week, and I started finding wormwood. Wormwood was fantastic as I did my research and spoke to a lot of people about it. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get one which is a really special, extra, even stronger tea. So I got the intensive tea together. So I put mugwort, wormwood, and sage, a little sage, mixed that together. Fabulous, fabulous. Sent it out to everybody, all my friends, said, please try it, tell me what you think. Everybody was saying this is another level, this is great, it's good to start off on the mugwort and then go to the mugwort and wormwood. So now we've been selling it for quite a while. We've sold, we sell bags and bags of it every day. It was very important to me that I hunted down and found the right people who picked it, who grew it, picked it, and how they picked it and how they bagged it. So I receive it in brown bags, sealed brown bags, paper bags, and it's basically handpicked and then sorted at their factory, laboratory kind of thing. So it's all done by hand, and there is no machinery involved, and there is no, there is infrared, there is other natural things that are put there to help clear anything that may be bugs or anything that, because it's natural, of course, but there is no chemicals. That's one thing I didn't want, because that defeats everything. Get no chemicals. I want it all organic. So I want the product organic, not sprayed with any chemicals. So I managed to get that company, and it's only a small company, so I normally run out every few months because we can only get it at certain times of the year, and there's only so much we can get. So that was a really beautiful thing. So when we got our last batch, we basically bought all of it from the company. So I use now in both teas the mugwort and the sage, and that is the first step of my cleansing. And then I move to the next step, which is the intensive tea, which is the mugwort and wormwood and sage. And that's amazing. So I step up on that. So for me, I've done, I think I went up to, I can't even remember. I lost count. There's no point in me saying it. But a lot of you will have watched my video, so you'll know better than me. I started it and I went on for weeks, and I thought, I'm not going to stop. This is great. And I was listening to my body, and if there was a point when I said, okay, this isn't doing me any good anymore, I would have stopped. But I actually managed for weeks and weeks, and I loved it, and it was like natural. And now when I drink it, it's just amazing. But really, guys, this isn't just a tea. Don't look at it as a tea. It's not. This is a medicine that is killing all your disease in your body. And yes, it might take a few weeks, it might take a few months, but this is a powerful natural way, and it does kill parasites. And one day I will be proven right that most diseases stem from parasites. So if you can clear the parasites, if you clear them, then your whole body system will get stronger, both mind, body and spirit. So I could go on and on and on about parasites. I could talk about parasites. I could talk about how they control you, how they mess you up. I could say all sorts of stuff. But at the end of the day, I think even if you don't believe in this, even if you don't think it's relevant, why don't you just give it a go? Go down to your local store, organic store, and ask for mugwort. And just get mugwort, as long as it's natural, as long as it's organic. Don't bother with the tea bags which have been bleached, which then puts bleach into the tea. Don't. Just get it natural form, and then put it. It's very simple. If you leave it in the water, if you boil a kettle and put the mugwort, just a handful of mugwort and some sage, and then just pour it in. Just leave it for 5-10 minutes. And then pour it out through a sieve, and then drink like I just did, and then use that again. You can use it twice. And I normally drink it in the morning because it's great. I drink my water to begin with in the morning, and then I'll wait about 5 or 10 minutes and then drink the tea. And then in the afternoon I'll drink one at about 2 o'clock, and then I'll drink one about 5 or 6 o'clock. And sometimes late at night I'll drink one late at night, because when I'm asleep and I've just drunk it all, it's cleansing and clearing. As I'm sleeping, I'm not using any energy, so that water with that amazing parasite cleanse is going through my body. So it's a medicine, and it's healing me. On a final note, my psychic work has improved, my healing work has improved, my balance in the physical way has been, I'm serious, I can balance so well now. And before, my balance wasn't so brilliant, so I realized that I was riddled with parasites. Now, some of you might ask me, have you seen evidence that have come out of your body with parasites? I have seen some stuff come out of me, which is a bit yucky. Now, nothing. So whatever's happening, I think my body is really, really cleansed. But I'm still going to continue because it's a continuation of my life. Why? Because what we drink, what we eat, what's through the air, so many ways parasites can come into our body, fresh parasites all the time. So this is a maintenance, this is a mark maintenance. So this is part of my life now, and it's a wonderful thing. I've never felt stronger, I've never felt happier in a world of sickness, in a world of illness, in a world of new diseases by the day that the pharmaceutical company are on. This is a dream for the pharmaceutical industry. You create poison in people, new poisons inside them, and now they're getting new diseases. This is wonderful because they can create new so-called cures, tablets for your new disease, and then they'll, please tell us what's wrong with you. We'll make a name for it and we'll find you a cure. Of course they will. Yeah, of course they will. Of course they will. Yeah, of course they will. Of course they'll do. Yeah, of course they want a cure. Of course they want a cure. No, they want to sell a product. That's all they want to do. So anyway, I'll link it below. Those are my 2 T's for parasite cleanse. I will make a new video today on the amount of people who are asking me, Mark, what is your protocol for people who have taken the Britney Spears 3-dart finish and now they're finding the after effects? They're getting sick, they're getting ill. What do you recommend? I'll make a video very shortly on that and what's helped my clients all over the world, and then utilizing this day by day, trying to maintain their health by this protocol. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Links below to the 2 T's, and please support your local organic herbalist health store. And yeah, have a great day. I'm telling you guys, parasite free, you'll feel amazing. Take care.